Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my current favorites. I haven't done one of these videos in probably since I restarted my channel quite recently. I don't know how many months ago that was. I didn't even bother to research it. All I know is that today I was like, hey, what video do you want to film? So I did a tutorial on this look here. If you want to see that, I will be uploading it next. But the video that I wanted to do initially today was a current favorites because I feel like it's changed slightly since the last time. I'm not going to be talking about the favorites that are like my current, like, that I'm still using on a daily basis, which you see in every single tutorial that I do when I'm doing my full face. So I'm not necessarily going to be mentioning those, but I'm going to be mentioning other products that I've been loving and thought that I would share with you as of, the last 3, 4, 5 months. So if you want to see that, then let's get started. I have Sebastian with me here today. He was chilling on my knee, but I'm going to see if he will sit on my shoulders so you guys can watch his expressions as I talk, because he likes to imitate me when I'm talking, as you can see. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have a couple non-makeup related items that I will leave to the end in case you don't want to see that and you're not interested. But first, I'm going to get started. I don't have a lot of things. I have a couple things here and there that I do want to mention. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling and get right into it. The first thing that he cracks me up. The first thing that I'm going to mention is the foundations. So the ones I was using for summer were more on the mattifying, lightweight side. And because it's now in the 15-degree range and going colder degree weather, my skin is now being like, I want moisture. So I'm going back to my old favorites that I was wearing last fall and winter, which are my Too Faced Born This Way and my, oh, he wants back on my knee. He's not having it anymore. So the Too Faced Born This Way and the Kevin Aucoin Etherless Skin Luminizing Foundation. These are like basically my two go-tos that I basically rotate through the entire winter. Along with another one, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, but I can't wear this every day because if I do wear it back to back to back to back, it does give me some breakouts near my chin, which I don't understand why, but it does, so I don't use that all the time. I love it. It's a lightweight, beautiful, natural finish, but these two I like because they give like a natural finish, but yet like illuminating, but like not super illuminating, but also not completely mattifying. I don't know how to explain it, but my skin loves it. When I do need some more hydration, I just mix in my Smashbox Primerizer, which I loved last year, so we'll see if I still do. I also have this Versality Liquid Glass skin serum to test out this coming winter when it's really cold out and my skin wants extra moisture. But anyways, I'm going off on a different tangent now. I'm gonna bring it back. The other foundation that I have been loving in the summer, but I feel like would be perfect for fall, is my Dior Backstage, what is it called? Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. I have the shade 2W, but I'm going to be purchasing the shade, what is it, 1W. I have a little sample of it here that I have been mixing in here and there, but I'm going to buy the full shade when it comes to the next VIP sale because this is too dark for my winter skin and the other one is slightly too light, so I have the intention of mixing them together to create my perfect foundation. So I feel like because this isn't too drying it, but it's also a little hydrating, it'll be great for my winter's foundation as well. I'm getting out of breath again. I don't know why I do that when I keep talking. Anyways, carrying on. So the next products I'm going to mention are my current favorite long-wearing lip products. I recently purchased, I had the black one that I wore in a recent fall tutorial, but I ended up exchanging it for the purple one. I did say in that video that I was afraid this one would be too cool tone for me, but the black one just felt too harsh. It just felt like, I didn't feel like me in it. So, and plus the applicator here, this part on it, the part there that like stops the product from coming up, it was loose, so I had to exchange it anyways. It was either going to be for another black or I was going to get this purple color, it took me a couple days to decide what I wanted to do with it. So I ended up trying this purple color just because I felt like the black wasn't complete. Like, I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't completely confident in it. And if I'm going to spend $30 on a liquid lipstick, I better feel comfortable wearing it on the weekends, to work, basically wherever I want, or else I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of it. So basically I was like, okay, use your head, not go with what you want just because, you know, you want a black lipstick. Like, I have another black lipstick that I could wear. Anyways, bottom story is I actually went with the more functional option, which is the purple, and I wore it and I love it. It is the perfect, it's so easy to apply. It's basically just like the pink one that I have. Like, this is my new favorite pink to wear. The formulas on these two lipsticks are so lightweight, so thin, so long lasting. It does say to shake it. I was reading on the Sephora reviews that a couple people were complaining that like they weren't completely transfer resistant. Maybe that's because I didn't shake it. I don't know. All I know is that like I shake them really well before I wear them, and they last all day on me. No complaints. My lips barely get dry, and if they do, I just apply a little bit of I don't have it with me, but I have this like Nivea lip balm that doesn't like create a lot of shine. I just dab that on it and it's good to go for the rest of the day. But these are my two favorite like fall. This one was my favorite in the summer, but these two here, like this purple and this pink, I even want to try them mixed together. I feel like that would be an awesome combination. Anyways, my two favorite liquid lipsticks at the current moment are these two here. I kind of want to try the nudes, but I'm more of like a paler nude person. Like, I feel like the more darker nudes don't really look good on me. They probably do, I'm not feeling it, so I'm going to hold off. Maybe she'll come out with some different shades in the future, but for now, those two are my favorites. Moving along to powders for my face, besides the powders that I had mentioned in one of my last videos, I'm actually in the current process of transitioning from those three that I was using. I know I was mixing, I think, the Laura Mercier, the CoverGirl FX, and the Makeup Forever. I'm actually in the process of trying just one powder. I don't want to have to keep mixing all three together when I do my foundation. So I'm actually trying these two here, the Fenty Beauty and the Too Faced, but I haven't quite decided which ones I like 100% yet, so I'm going to keep testing that. But the two powders that have actually made it into my daily makeup routine over the last couple months, for a very specific purpose, not for all over, but the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil and the Stellar Beauty. I have powder in the cap, so I don't want to tilt it too far. But the Stellar Beauty, what is this? The Cosmic Face Powder. Let me just plug the hole so I can show you. So those two there, I have been using on a daily basis with my beauty blender, damp beauty blender, to tap. I mean, if you've seen my tutorials, you know I do this all the time. But basically, I take either one of these powders and I tap them just on the T-zone here, and they completely eliminate my pores. When I discovered this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Anyways, my throat's really dry. One moment. Yeah, so when I first discovered these, I was blown away. I was like, as if I found a powder that actually completely takes away my pores and I can have like that flawless face that, you know, everyone wants. But yeah, so I used that on the inner corners here, also a little bit between my eyes, because I feel like as I'm getting older, like pores are starting to become more visible there. And some days on my chin, I have a lot of texture on my chin for whatever reason. But if you use that over top of it, I find it really helps to smooth things out and make things look just more like universal. Universally smooth. So these two powders, I love. I don't necessarily have a favorite between the two. I rotate between the two, and I haven't found one yet that's like kind of like risen above the other yet, but I might in time. Maybe we'll see if I use one consistently for 1 week and then use the other consistently for the other week. But right now I feel like I'm consistently rotating like 2 days one, 2 days another, and I haven't really found a difference. But anyways, my two favorite powders. Okay, so the next couple items here it's not kind of like one specific item, but it's kind of like a group of items that I found to be really working in my favor as of lately. I'm sorry guys, I have to burp. Okay, so loose highlighters. Lately I found that no matter what loose highlighter I pick up, I have the most beautiful highlighter day, makeup day ever. So basically my routine is I either take the Natasha Denona cream highlight here in this palette. So I either take this one, as you can see I've hit pen on it, so I absolutely love it. Or I take my Hourglass highlighting stick in Gold Flash. It looks like this. It's well loved. This should be my favorites too, but it was in my last favorites, so it's like my basic staple, so that's why I'm not including it in this one, because like it's the thing that like just I use every single day pretty much. Anyways, I take either of those things on a damp beauty blender. I tap it on my the high points of my cheeks, my cheekbones, and then I take whatever highlight I want, whether it's my Wet n Wild, whether it's my Artist Couture, whether it's my MAC Honey Rose, or any other loose highlighter that I have. I have a couple of them here that I rotate through. Whatever loose highlighter I put on, actually, with the exception of this, my CoverGirl Stunner, I had this included in my last current favorites because it's still a massive, like I have it on today. And it gives me like a super soft, glass-like skin highlight finish, and I'm finding that when I use like any pressed powder, like all the pressed powder ones that I use, I find like it gives a nice finish, like it's beautiful, it's pretty. But when I use any of my loose highlighters, it is, one moment. Okay, what was I saying? So whenever I use a loose highlighter, it just gives the most soft, smooth, glass-like shine effect, if you will, that pressed powders, pressed highlights have been giving me lately. So I feel like I'm just going to start using them more often, just because it gives me like the effect that I'm going for. So yeah, I have the Wet n Wild, It's So Lit. I don't know if that's still available. I have another Wet n Wild one written in the stars. I have the Artist Couture. I got this in a little sample size Cocoa Bling. It's a really light, like whitish, pretty highlight. And I got a sample of another one. I don't know what it's called, but it's also from Artist Couture. It's kind of got more of a gold shift to it. But anyways, bottom line is loose highlighters right now, although some people may think they're a little bit messy. I personally find that the mess is worth it because it gives me like the smooth, glass-like, shiny finish that I'm looking for these days. So it's like amazing. Moving along, I have a couple more items left. The next item is a repurchase that I most recently purchased, which I shouldn't have because I'm actually trying to pan an eyeshadow here, but the shade Brulee, the MAC eyeshadow in the shade Brulee, is like my go-to eyeshadow for setting my base when I want just that like skin tone set eyelid. I'm currently using another one up from Bare Minerals from an old palette that I'm not even going to reach for right now. But yeah, Brulee from MAC. Love it. Bought a refill for it. I think that's my second or third one that I've gone through. It's a favorite. Long-term favorite. The next thing I will mention is my L'Oreal Voluminous primer. So basically the thing that I've been using this for lately is strictly for my lower lashes. They're a little sparse. You know how you go through cycles where you lose lashes and then you put your mascara on, it doesn't quite look right and you look like you're going bald, but you're not really. But I was going through a phase where I was having a few sparse lashes on. I think it was this eye or this eye, I can't remember. But I just tried this one day out of the blue, and then I started using my CoverGirl Clump Crusher on top of it, and it gave me like, it looked like I wasn't even like missing lashes anymore. It was perfect. So I just kind of continued on using that. So it became part of my daily staples, my favorites. So yeah, my L'Oreal Lash Primer, and it's drugstore, so it's super affordable. So when I do run out, I'm not going to break the bank getting more of it. That's awesome. Okay, so that is it for the makeup beauty related products that are my current favorites. I'm going to move on to the last 3 items that I have that are skincare and 1 perfume. I will start with the perfume, and I actually use this up, so that's pretty cool. It is kind of like a popular one in Sephora. It's the Dolce & Gabbana light blue. I used it, the rollerball, all up, so I'm kind of impressed with myself with that because I've never used an entire, even though it's small, I've still never used up an entire bottle of perfume before. But this is a nice light fragrance. I can wear it to work when we're not really supposed to. It's a really nice light fragrance that just kind of like, it just adds, I don't know, it just makes me feel really good. So I used it all up, and I'm going to repurchase another one. Probably a bigger container size or bottle size because I feel like it's worth my money. For this one it was like $37, and I think for how many milliliters was this? 0.25 fluid ounces, so like a quarter of an ounce. And I think on Sephora's website you can get it for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 times this amount for like double the price, so like $60 for like a whole, like 4 or 5 of these. I don't remember if my math is being 100% correct now because I'm bad with math, but all I know is that I feel like I wasted my money buying this tiny little thing. But I mean, I didn't think I would use it all, but now that I know I love it and I'm going to use it all again, I'm going to go with the bigger size because it's more bang for my buck. Now the last 2 things I will mention, I don't remember if this was in my last favorites or not, but it's 2 eye creams. The one is the Belief Eye Balm. Yeah, moisturizing eye balm. I love this. I use it under my makeup, and it doesn't cause it to grab, it doesn't cause it to crease, it's amazing. And I haven't really noticed any, I mean, I have noticed like a little bit decrease in my fine lines, but like not, like they're not all gone. But I mean, I feel like to expect them to be all gone, I feel like you need to have like injections or surgery around your eyes, and I can't afford that, so I'm not going to go there. Anyways, so I'm looking for a an eye cream that's going to help make a noticeable difference, but not do nothing at all. I feel like I made absolutely no sense there, but anyways, this makes a little bit of a noticeable difference, so that's why I continue to use it. And I also got this little Tatcha, the Silk Peony Eye Cream in a recent sample. I think it was, you know, spend $25 or something on Sephora, and you can add this. Like, the size is like, look how small this is. How do I compare this to, what is a good comparison? I don't even know. Okay, so maybe, okay, so you see this Milk Makeup, this mini Milk Makeup stick, maybe people have seen it, hopefully, but like, look how comparable it is to that. Like, it's so tiny, so tiny. Okay, so this mini Farsali Liquid Glass, like, look, it's like almost the same size, just a little fatter. It's hardly anything at all. So I've been using it, I started using it at night because I wasn't sure how it would react under makeup. I've used it a couple times under makeup now, and it seems like it doesn't crease, but I still, I don't know, I'm unsure. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with Sebastian. But I've used, you know, I've used quite a bit of it. You're probably not going to be able to see the dent in it, but if you can see, I've used a significant amount, and I do like it. It gives a luminous, it doesn't have much of a scent at all, but it gives like a luminous effect to your eyes. I basically use this at night and sometimes during the day if I'm not going anywhere that I expect my makeup to like perform 100% perfectly, because I'm still testing the makeup wear over top of it out. But I am liking it. Now, will I like it enough to repurchase it? Time will tell. I am curious to see how much they actually give me in here, because if the container is this big, did they fill it all the way? Or did they only go about halfway and like do that like the half circle thing in it? I'll find out and I'll keep you posted if you're curious. But after that, that about does it for my current makeup and beauty favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a break from tutorials, but a tutorial will be up next on this makeup here. So if you're liking this makeup and you want to see how I did it, then that'll be the next video. I thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!